Hey everybody, this is Naturalist James. Hopefully you're doing well. Sorry I haven't been on for a little while. I have been going under some radioactive iodine treatment to fight my papillary thyroid cancer. And if any of you know about this treatment, you are considered radioactive for several days. And yes, I had to be away from everyone and everything for that time being. So I didn't want to get anybody else sick. And staying at one of my wife's coworkers, and they have this is called a party barn. It's fun that half of this place has a nice living quarters, but also too has a lot of turkey mounts and different things. So I want to just talk about some fun facts about wild turkeys. But when I post this, I'm already going to be out of my isolation because the internet's a little spotty out here. I try to, but it did not work very well. But yes, so I want to talk about some of the ways you can age and tell a boy or female wild turkey. So the first way how you can tell male or female wild turkey is the head. So if you look here, the head, guys, this is a nice tom or adult male turkey. And as you see, they have those beautiful three different color heads, red, white, and blue. Females is just mainly a grayish blue head. Now, again, that goes for adults. For juveniles, it's a little bit harder to distinguish what gender they're going to be just because, they're obviously not very mature. Now, speaking of the head, the other way we can tell that this is a male turkey is this little weird looking like thing where my finger is. This is called the snood. So the snood, only males have it. Now, females, if you look at this picture, that they have these bumps. I always said it kind of looks like a little wart. And the purpose of the snood is during the breeding season, the male will elongate the snood, and it's just one of the many things that he does to attract a female turkey. Now, she's going to be judging him by many, many things, but sometimes I've heard sometimes they'll elongate that snood against other male turkeys to show their dominance. So, yeah, it was really, really interesting. So another way to tell male and female wild turkeys is this weird looking like thing. This is called a beard. And so typically, all right, your male turkeys are going to have this. Every once in a while, you could have a genetic mutation of a female having it. And actually, it's getting, I've heard, a little more common to see female hens to have a beard on their chest. So when you look at it and you feel like, oh, it looks like hair and it feels like hair, but they're not. They're just specialized feathers. All birds have feathers. They do not have hair versus, all mammals have fur and do not have feathers. So in the state of Ohio, for a very long time, when turkey hunting did start in the 70s, it was very strict that only bearded turkeys, or I should say only male turkeys were only allowed to be harvested. But then as time went on, people were accidentally shooting hens with beards. They just had a hard time distinguishing between male and female. We talked about in the last video about their head colorings and things like that. So I think, I can't quite remember if it was in the 80s, maybe 90s. The state of Ohio finally made a rule during the spring turkey season that only bearded turkeys are legally allowed to be harvested. So another way we can tell male and female turkey and actually do a little aging is this little weird thing here in the back. That is called a spur. So only the male turkeys, especially adult turkeys, are the ones with the spurs. Now, the females, if you look at this picture, have somewhat of a little slight rise bump, but does not definitely get big like this. And when I was in school, we talked about how you can age a wild turkey if you measure the spur. I think it was about every quarter increment represents about 1 year of age. So by judging this, this is probably close to maybe a 2.5, maybe 3-year-old bird. I could be a little wrong. Again, I'm just doing a rough estimate. So another way we can tell male or female wild turkey is the breast feathers. And so as you look here, you see this nice shiny metallic coloration. When I teach about this with my Birding 101 class, we just talked about that how lighting can really mess with our eyes, especially if you're looking at waterfowl. I know it looks very shiny, but again, it's just how the light is reflecting off of the feathers. But if you look at the tip of each of these feathers, you're going to notice that weird little black line. So males will have kind of that very jet black coloration. Females, if you look at this picture, have kind of a cinnamon tan color tips. So that's another way you can distinguish between male and female wild turkeys. So another way we can tell on an adult or juvenile wild turkey is if we look here at the primary feathers. If you see these white bars, all right, like I tell kids, kind of looks like a zebra, kind of pattern-like, white and black stripes and all that good jazz. But see how the white bars go all the way to the end of the primaries, all right? That will tell you it is an adult. Now, let's just pretend that there were no white bars about right where underneath my thumb is. We'll just pretend that was all very dark. That would tell us that it is a juvenile. So another way to tell juvenile or adult turkeys, if you look at the fantail, so if you look at this mount, see how it's nice, full, even, uniform, that will tell you is an adult. Now, if you look at this picture, you can see that the fantail, you see that the feathers aren't all, all uniform. Some are sticking out in weird places. This turkey has to definitely grow and mature. So I kind of compare it to the human world. You got some teens that, don't look as a little messy, I guess, in a fun way to look at that. For most adults, a little bit more cleaned up. Now, I know that's not always the case, but again, I'm just playing pretend, as I explain this to kids. Again, it's just another fun way to distinguish adult and juvenile wild turkeys. And there you go, guys. Those are hopefully some fun facts you learned on how to age and also tell male and female wild turkeys apart. So, as you can see, I was bored for a little while, so I wanted to make more fun content during my isolation period. But again, the internet was pretty spotty, so I couldn't upload hardly anything on TikTok. Couldn't even open the app. And same with YouTube. But it was funny, Netflix. I was able to get it. So at least that made my 5 days tolerable. Of course, brought reading material and just some other things to occupy myself during that time. So, all right, guys. Hopefully you enjoy the video.